ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you on our official World of Tanks Blitz YouTube channel. My name is Aleksandra and I'm community manager. Here you can see Tony, my colleague. He's also a community manager. So today we are here with you to discuss some important issues. We are going to discuss with you 5.4 update, Halloween event, and our future plans and updates. So let's start from our video about 5.4 update.
Okay, let's see it.
Upcoming update 5.4 for World of Tanks Blitz will bring new attachments and camouflages, changes in rating battles, interface modifications, and balance improvements. Get more details about the new update in this video. With the release of this update, you'll have more ways to stand out. 2 new super cool attachments, Wasted Shot and Tanko Lantern, were added. But that's not all. 2 rare camouflages, Spooky Web and Pumpkin Mayhem, became available. Halloween is coming and you need to be prepared. Matchmaker rules applied in rating battles were changed. Now each team can have no more than 7 heavy or medium tanks, and no more than 3 tank destroyers or light tanks. Platoons are no longer available in battles of this type. Some modifications were made to the garage interface. The crew and upgrades buttons are now located above the vehicle panel. The boosters button, XP multiplier timer, and ping indicator took their place. The record button was placed next to the player's nickname. The characteristics of many vehicles were improved. The Chinese 59 Patton medium tank now turns faster, fires more accurately, and has a higher rate of fire. Similar changes were made to the American Tier 8 T-95 E2 medium tank. For the Soviet Su-122-54 tank destroyer, the loading speed was increased. The Chinese 121B medium tank became more accurate. The German Dicker Max tank destroyer received improved armor and decreased dispersion on hull and gun traverse. For the nameless heavy tank, both the rate of fire and accuracy were increased. Ribbons won't be displayed on the battle results screen if you disable ribbon display in the settings. Now you will spend less on refreshing missions. For more information about all changes and improvements, check out our website and news in the game client. We wish you more glorious victories. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more cool stuff to come.
Thank you for watching this video one more time with us, and yes, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Okay, Tony, what's new in our 5.4 update? I saw a lot of good changes and improvements.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. We have some interesting features that are introduced in 5.4. So to start with, it's some interface changes that was made to the garage interface, and now it's more convenient to use. From the beginning, it may seem slightly unusual, but I think in a few days you'll get used to it. So can you show us what changed actually?
Yeah, let's have a look at our garage. So we can see our chat button. Yes?
I think can our players see the garage from the laptop?
We want to show my laptop screen.
Okay, I think they're working on it.
Okay. By the way, Tony, do you like our interface updates?
I think they're awesome. So,
yeah.
Oh yes, we have
it's
it now.
more comfortable. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, our team. So what has been changed in our garage? What improvements in the interface?
So, as you see, all of the buttons that somehow changes characteristic of your tanks, they were moved to the lower third of the screen. So now all those buttons are in one place and they're easier to find and easier to use.
Yeah, it's good. I think it's more comfortable.
Okay, what else? In update 5.4, we also introduced some changes to rating battles. First of all,
rating battles.
Yes.
Interesting.
First of all, from now on, you can face 7 heavy tanks, 7 medium tanks, or 3 light tanks and tank destroyers.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, and please don't forget that if your team has 7 heavy tanks, for example, then the opponent's team also has 7 tanks. So no misbalance or something else.
Okay, so the battles are gonna be hot.
Yes, one more thing. we introduced, actually we not introduced, we just disabled platoon games in rating battles.
Yeah, and
believe
I think
that-
it's a good decision.
Yes. Why do you think it's a good decision?
So rating battles become more fair, if I'm not
More
mistaken.
fair, yeah,
Yes.
because you can't just take some weaker platoon mates so that the whole rating of your team is lowered, so you can face less strong opponents. So now it won't work.
More comfortable and more fair.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
we are improving.
Yeah,
actually.
always improving.
Okay, Tony, and I
So-
know we have new camouflages
Yes,
and new attachments.
Yes, I like
Oh,
it.
that's awesome. I like it so much.
Can you show us?
Oh, sure. So let's have a look. Now we can see two attachments for the Halloween event for our Mad Games.
Oh, yeah.
This one, it's pretty funny, I think.
Tank lantern.
Yes.
Guys, do you like it?
Do you like it? Post your comment in our live chat. It's very interesting whether you like it or not. I think
Actually,
it's very
which one do you
funny.
like better?
Yeah.
Is it tank lantern or how
Oh,
is it
this
called?
one? This one,
Wasted shot. Oh, I think
Funny.
our watchers don't like wasted shots.
But maybe in this way.
But this one is good, yeah.
Yeah, it's
So-
funny. Okay, let's unlock this one. Oh. Okay, and what about camouflages? I know we have two new camouflages. By the way, this one, Spooky
Spooky
Web.
web. Yes.
It's funny.
quite
Do you
spooky
like it?
actually.
Do you like it, Tony?
Yeah, it's quite okay actually.
Okay.
It seems almost realistic, I'd say,
And
but still very
frightening a bit, yeah?
a bit
Because
frightening.
it's Halloween, guys. Okay, and the next one. Next one, Pumpkin
Pumpkin
Mayhem.
Mayhem.
Oh,
I like
good.
pumpkins.
Orange.
actually. Halloween, you know,
yeah.
everything.
What about you guys? Do you like these camouflages and new attachments? It's very interesting to know your
I bet
opinion.
I do.
Oh, hope
Okay.
so. Okay, and
What's
the price is very good. I
Yeah,
think,
price is actually it's very fair,
Yeah.
not very high.
Okay, I will
Appreciate
unlock.
So, but the biggest
Yes.
introduction in update 5.4 is
It's
Mad
Halloween
Games.
event, Mad Games.
Oh, yes.
Guys, we are so excited about this Mad Games event, and we know that you are excited too. Tony, what is Mad Games event?
it's so big I don't even want to start with. So, Mad Games.
It's kind of post-apocalyptic world.
Yes, post-apocalyptic setting, and it looks so great. I can't, hold it in myself. I'm so excited.
Yeah,
Sorry.
me too.
Okay, so as we said, post-apocalyptic setting, whole new map designed by our map developer team, and it was designed specially for this event.
Uh-huh.
So
And I know, Tony, that there are two events in this event. So
yeah, actually,
our players
yes.
can get two rewards for one event.
yes. So
Okay.
we have two events,
Yes?
two rewards,
Uh-huh.
but not exactly two rewards. We have three tanks.
Three tanks.
Three tanks.
Okay,
yes.
great.
And two of them are brand new. For
Two
example.
brand new tanks, guys. It's
And
awesome.
one tank is actually well known by our players. It's Tankenstein.
Tankershell. Oh, I love this tank. What
Yes.
about you guys?
I think
I know
those players who play Blitz for a long
Uh-huh.
time, about 3 years or even more, they know this tank, and majority of them even have this tank.
Yes.
It was the first Halloween event and the first reward for the first Halloween event. It's so wow.
Our good
yes.
old Tankerstein.
And as for new tanks,
New
have you
tanks. Okay.
mentioned
Let's maybe
new map?
just yes,
We
new
haven't
map.
mentioned new map. Yes.
Yes.
So can you tell us about it?
Wasteland.
Oh yeah.
Wasteland, our new map. And I know, Tony, there is a special mode on this map.
Yes. So
What is it?
What's special about this mode? Yeah.
Yes.
This mode allows you to use some type of modifications that
wow.
enhance performance of your tanks. For example, your tank can become invisible for
Invisible
a short
tank?
period of time. Yes,
Ah, okay.
invisible tanks in World of Tanks Blitz. That's just
That's
awesome.
interesting.
What else? This modification can boost your tank. It's like your E100 becomes like a Ru 251
Okay.
or something. And there are lot more of them. Actually, you can check all of these modifications on our webpage or at the in-game news. The news has already
Okay.
published.
And Tony, for this event we have special gameplay.
Oh, yes.
Mad Games mode, yes?
Yes, exactly. And this gameplay mode will become available starting from October 17, I guess?
October 17,
Yes,
yeah, right.
Yes.
So let's get back to rewards. Two new tanks, guys. It's really awesome.
Do you remember
So
the
exciting.
names?
Our names are really funny. The first one is Marauder.
Yes, Marauder, guys.
Marauder. It's level 5, tier 5, yes? If I'm
Yes,
not
actually,
mistaken.
it's tier 5 medium tank, if I'm not mistaken.
You are not mistaken, it's fine.
No, yes, I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
Just
and the next one is
tier 7.
Tier 7 is
Heavy
Grave
tank.
Digger. Grave Digger
Yes.
name, yes.
I
So-
bet all of you already seen the screenshots, those gameplay videos we've shown on our official web pages, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, etc.
Yes.
So,
Maybe let's watch our Halloween video.
yeah, I think we're talking too much.
Yeah.
So let's show those Halloween video. It's awesome. Check it out.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you for watching this video. Do you like it, guys?
I bet they do.
I hope so. And look who's here. Here's Andrey Ryabovol. Hi, nice to meet you. It's our head of the department of
Head of development, I'd say,
head of the
yeah.
development department. Yes. Thank you, Andrey, for coming. It's
problem.
very pleasant to meet you here.
Okay, so before watching this video and before Andrei's arrival, we talked about reward tanks from the Mad Games event. So those tanks have several distinguishing features, and one of them is that they're not researchable tanks, not even premium tanks, but they are collector tanks. And that's why we've invited Andrey today. He's going to tell us more about what exactly is collector tank, what its peculiarities, and why do we need them actually. So, what's the deal?
All right. Thanks for having me first. About collector's tank, I think the most distinguishable features of these tanks is that they will have blue title and the blue background.
Yeah, so you can tell that this is collector tank,
Yeah.
not a premium or researchable. Yeah, makes sense.
So now we'll have regular tanks are standard white. Premiums would be yellow. And
Okay.
collector's tank are blue. The reason for that, oops.
Some problems with your micro.
Okay.
Meanwhile, guys, I'm in the battle.
Oh yeah.
So worried.
Let's watch Aleksandra playing.
You like, guys, this? Oh, I see that everyone is going the way.
Hey, 1, 2, 3.
Is everything okay now?
Are we good? I think we're good. Otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, the tech team will let us know. So we're fine.
Sorry for some inconveniences, guys. That happens.
Just okay. So what we're talking about? Collector tanks.
Yes. So now we have 3 types of tanks. And the reason to do that was historical, because last year, no, not last, this year, in February, we introduced the first Tier 10 premialized tank. It
They're called enriched tanks.
Enriched tank.
Yeah,
Yes, enriched tank. So it looked as a premium, right? It was yellow. It farmed pretty good. So I'm talking about 121 B.
For example, yes.
Yeah, the Chinese tier 10. Although it was enriched, and in our opinion, it was kind of confusing when you have very similar types of tanks. Oops.
Okay, we have some
You don't
technical
hear me,
issues.
right?
I think, guys, you don't hear Andrei, so we're going to.
I'm going to talk to your mic now.
Okay, I think we're going to take this from this now on. Aleksandra, how's your?
No,
battles?
I can continue. I will just. Speak
Yeah, like this?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of.
If it's okay.
It's a
yeah,
little
like
bit
this.
Too friendly, maybe.
Not too
but,
friendly. It's okay. I can live with this.
We'll play as a squad from now
Okay.
on. So we had two types of tanks, and we felt that there is a need to actually add one more type of tanks, which is collectible, because further we want to introduce more tanks, and we don't want them to share all similar features. So now we have collector's tanks. The word that would describe them better is they are rare. So these tanks, they can farm good, they cannot. You can get them in the event, you can buy them. But they are more rare than the standard tanks, and it doesn't necessarily mean that they farm as good as premium tanks.
So not the only, but the special feature about them is that they are rare and
Yes.
not always available, for example, in the tech tree. So actually, they won't be available in the tech tree.
Yeah. And one of the things for these tanks is that some of the collector's tanks that we'll have in the future, you will be able to sell them for gold.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's nice move.
Because right now, the tanks, the regular tanks and the premiums, if you have it, you can only sell it for credits. With collectors, some of them will be sold for gold. And as you said, yes, in 5.4, our first two collectible tanks are the Halloween event tanks.
So are there going to appear some more collector tanks, not only Gravedigger and Marauder, maybe some other tanks?
Yeah, sure. So how we see it is that in the future events, we'll be able to introduce all these new types of collector tanks. Plus, some of the older tanks that we have right now, may become collector's tanks. And when we convert, say, a premium tank to a collector's tank, it actually benefits from it because the farm rate will stay the same for premium. If it's a regular tank, you'll be just able to sell it for gold. So it
Makes sense.
Yeah, a win-win thing.
Okay, so you just told that some of the some of the regular, for example, tech tree tanks may become collector tanks. I know that some of such things will happen in update 5.5.
Right.
So some of the we've already tested. I think it was update 5.1 open test. We've tested some of the changes at low tiers.
Yes.
And tanks, in terms of these changes, some tanks were taken away from the tech tree and they become collector tanks. That seems reasonable, but why do we need it? Why do we need to remove those low tier tanks, not all of them, but part of them, and remove them from the tech tree and make them collector tanks? What does it mean? Why do we need it?
Okay, so 2 points here. With the super test 5.1, what we actually did, we took this bunch of low tiers and actually put them, we left them in the tree but put them in the premium section. So it looked as if they would become premiums. And we did it because at this point of time we didn't have the collector's tanks in the game. So it could have, it was perceived as we are just converting some of the regular tanks to premium tanks.
It was perceived that we are making more premium tanks.
Yes.
Out of nowhere.
Yes. Which is totally not what we are doing.
Yes.
And also there was some other feedback. I think we'll touch it a bit later.
Yes.
But why we are doing that? Why are we taking away these low tiers from the tree line, convert them to collectibles, and not let noobs play them.
Let's call them new players.
Right. Well, newbies.
Newbies, okay.
Right. So that's what we've been doing for the last several patches. We've been working on the early stages of the game in a way that it would be easier for the new player to learn the concepts of the game.
Like basic mechanics, driving, shooting, whatever.
Exactly. So before, when you come to the game, in your third or even the first battle, what you will see is that you can have three types of shells. You have consumables, you have ammunitions, you have all kinds of stuff, and
you can focus on some main basics.
Right.
Like driving, shooting, you have too much things to care about, too many buttons in the interface that distract you from focusing on something, on some more essential.
Right.
Like killing enemies, for example. It's the main part of the game. Killing and winning.
Exactly.
And all those things that new players face, they make it quite not very easy to master, and that's a bit confusing for a new player.
Exactly. So they distract a person's attention from the core gameplay mechanics, and as you said, the guy cannot drive yet. He cannot even
especially he's driving, he's using a touch device.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very hard.
So this was a bit crazy. So what we've done is that now these concepts are introduced in the game step by step during several first tiers. And however, the whole issue is not yet resolved.
So we started from that phased access to game mechanics, like ammunition or consumables. What else did we do in terms of this new system?
So what we did, I think the biggest thing that we actually did was splitting the newbies matchmaking from the veteran players matchmaking, limiting seal clubbing by that.
Yes,
and
clubbing is quite an issue.
And for the early game matchmaking, we also introduced bots, so that newcomers would try to learn this and to improve their skill of driving and shooting and killing, and just to have some kind of feeling of what this game is about on bots, not on other players.
If I'm not mistaken, between update 5.3 and 5.4, we introduced that, let's call it newbie matchmaker, and we've tested it. It worked quite fine, and then, as you may see in update 5.4 patch note, we've announced it. So, what else? About mixed battles. Our players that are new to the game, they are now fighting not only with other players, but they face bots that are not so strong as real opponents. So it's more easier to dive into the basic gameplay. So yeah, that's quite fine. So mixed fights. Not mixed fights. Yes.
You just
so
watch.
Watch those corner fight with. So
How do you like it?
yes, it was
Messy.
too much hugging, I'd say.
Right.
Okay, so
What about mixed battles, actually?
yes. So talking back to about mixed battles. So new players are fighting against bots, and also they're fighting against each other. So we have two positions. What else?
So this was introduced in 5.3.
Exactly.
Now we are actually tuning this matchmaking, because right now you can be playing like two people plus 5 bots versus 2 people vice versa versus 5 bots. So it's like.
But it can vary, yes. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
now it can vary. So like 3 versus 3 plus 4,
Yes.
4 bots on each side. So we're working on that. We are looking at how many battles should this newbie streak last. How many battles does it take you to be considered a veteran
So
by
the
a
whole
matchmaker?
system it's in process of tuning. So it's
Sure,
not
sure.
like it's done, so forget it. we're still working on it to make it even more productive, even providing more effective outcome.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else?
One of the insights that we have for the first several battles, around first 50 battles, we have graphs which show things like lifetime, bullet penetration, damage, HP and damage ratios, things like that, which clearly show the performance of these battles. And
Makes
after 5.3, we saw a huge spike in the lifetime in early battles, like a step. So what it means is that now people on lower tiers, they spend more times in the battle, just shooting, surviving. They don't just take 3 shots and go down.
So the whole idea worked, actually.
Right.
That's awesome. And one more thing we forgot to mention is in one of the previous updates, we introduced ribbons. So those things that provide lifetime feedback on players' action during the battle. Actually, I think it's a very good decision. Like, if you're doing something good, if you're doing something for the victory, like shooting enemy, spotting enemy, marking enemy, whatever, you get that feedback that says, hey man, you're doing fine, you're doing a great job, so keep on going.
Right.
Okay.
So, do we have any questions about
let's check.
actually removing the tanks from the tree line?
Let me check the chat. And Aleksandra, how's
I had
your
some
battles going?
internet connection issues.
Oh,
Okay, one I lost, but one was victory. So
50%
yes,
win rate.
that's actually my win rate.
actually,
but
there are
I'm
some
doing
guys
my best.
asking you to marry them.
I'm
So
sorry, I'm already married.
She's engaged, so no chances. Sorry. Is a training room. Okay.
So one of the things that we're actually watching a lot of streams, a lot of videos from our contributors, players. I think Skate Extreme was he wanted to join this stream, but
Yes, unfortunately, he
Yeah,
has
fortunately.
opportunity today
right.
to join us.
But on his stream, he mentioned several good points about what we need to do on early tiers, and I'm trying like what stands behind this decision to remove the early
Low tiers.
low tiers
Yeah,
tank,
that's a
yeah,
big
the
question.
extra ones. It's totally the same as with consumables, ammunition, and stuff. When you finish several battles on tier 1, now you need to make a choice between a couple of tier 2s if you are on the right nation.
So you are spreading your attention. Like, I don't know where to go.
Right.
So many tanks to choose from, and that can blow a mind of a newcomer. So yeah, that's.
And this happens before you actually understood the basic concepts like moving and shooting. And we don't want you to distract from that. Another thing that's happening is that even if you got some concepts, you were driving, say, this machine gun tank on tier 1. So you just learn how to drive it. You learn how to machine gun your enemies. And then on tier 2, you get a tank without machine gun, and you're learning from the start. That's not what's supposed to be happening. You need to progress. You need to get your concepts one by one. And when you mastered one, you need to use it and exploit it further. Because in other ways, what's the reason of learning it, right?
Yeah, what it's all about. Okay, we have a question from, not a question, but I guess a rant.
Okay.
Players are asking not to remove low tiers from the game.
Okay.
Let's make it clear again. We're not removing, first of all, we're not removing all low tier tanks. We're just removing tanks that have similar gameplay. Like if two third level tanks have similar gameplay, one of them should be removed. But it won't disappear from the game. This tank will become collector tank. So if by the moment of update 5.5 release, you have these tanks at your garage, at your account, they will remain there. They will change their type from researchable tank to a collector tank, and they will remain there in your garage. So no need to worry about. If you like, for example, you're some kind of tier 4 tank and you know that it will be removed soon, just buy it so you have it on your account once the update 5.5 releases. And that means with the release, this tank will change its type to the collectible and it will remain in your garage. So actually it's not a big problem for players that are watching us now.
Yeah, I think so too. So there will be around 50 tanks affected by the change. Just several of them will be removed. Others will become collector's tanks. And they will still be available to get further. Because we'll be running some events for low-tier tanks. There will be some other means to get it, maybe New Year events, presents, things like that. We have Blitz birthday every year. So these things, they don't go anywhere.
We have giveaways.
Yes.
Yeah, giveaways.
Don't forget about giveaways.
Yes.
So what else? We have a question about Halloween tanks.
Okay.
Those two. Players are asking if those tanks can make credits, same as, for example, premium tanks.
I think they do. I think they have a higher...
farming capabilities.
Yes.
Yes, this is true for tier 7 tank, so Gravedigger. Actually, it's, in terms of farming credits, it works the same as any other tier 7 premium tank. But the tier 5 tank from Halloween, it's just basic farming capabilities, like a tank from Tech 3.
Yeah.
So actually, this gives us an idea that not every collector tank is a tank that can farm credits. So it depends on the tank, it depends on the way it was produced or spread between players. So actually, yes, in Halloween event, 2 tanks. One of them can grind credits, the other one is just simple, like a researchable tank.
Yep.
Okay, what else? Aleksandra, how are you doing?
Oh, it's hot.
Okay.
Bottle.
Yeah, I'm starting feeling like warmness from
Yes.
this side.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm cold.
she's done, I guess.
Oh,
What tank was that? The new MX? No?
yes.
Oh, the new MX. It's, I
was
guess
the
it's a
first
good tank,
time.
but it's hard to master.
Yes, it was the first time to play.
Yeah, usually the French tanks are pretty
Not
hard
for
to drive.
newcomers, not for newbies.
No, no.
That's for experienced players.
What's going on your screen?
Okay, players are asking, will everybody be able to get Scavenger? Okay, Scavenger is,
Marauder.
yes, Marauder, tier 5 tank. I won't give you too much spoilers, but though that tier 5 tank will be very easy to get.
Yep.
It's like play, win, and you'll get it soon enough.
I would say you can. I think you can get it during just one gameplay session, right?
If you play a lot, yes,
Yeah.
start playing and go on.
Like if you play on the weekend for a couple of hours, you'll get it.
Yeah, you can get it. Okay, what else?
It's pretty awesome. These tanks, especially in the mode.
Oh, very good question.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting you. Can we know what tank is going to be collectible before the update, I mean? It's a very good question, and yes, you will be able to know which tank is going to become collectible, so that you can buy it and so that it can stay in your garage after the update release. I think in about closer to the end of the month, we will publish a post.
List of tanks, yes?
Oh, yes, it will be a list of tanks that will become collectible tanks. So just follow our news, follow our media, social pages, and you'll know it.
Yeah,
And-
see you there.
Yeah, and you won't miss it.
So one more thing about changes. Not only will these tanks become collectible, being previously standard tanks, but we'll also be changing the gameplay on these low tiers. So the gameplay was tuned slightly from 5.1 super test, but the main idea there is that players should live longer, so they should make more shots, they should penetrate more, but then still alive longer. So after the update 5.5, it will take a bit more time to finish the battle. It will take more shots to destroy an enemy. And during our playtest, frankly, it just felt as a bit different game because it was so arcadish, so fun, because you don't just hide in the bushes,
Exactly.
being aware, being afraid that someone can one-shot you. Now you can just go straight forward, practice your shooting skills, but eventually, if you have better skill, you will win. Because
Yeah, it always works.
Yeah.
Okay, we have some more questions. Players are asking about, what about Kenny? Kenny
Kenny,
also.
they killed
They
Kenny.
killed Kenny.
Yes.
So,
So what about Kenny?
Kenny won't change. He will remain a premium tank with the same characteristics. So some people think that it's an imba tank, very OP. I frankly think this is true. Although, being this kind of signature tank for the game, yes, it's a bit toxic, but not many players have it. It will just remain the same.
So we're not changing it.
Nope.
And talking about other low-tier premium tanks, what about them? Are we going to change them or something?
So some of them will become collectible.
Yes, exactly.
Some of them, yes, will remain premiums. But even if a premium becomes a collector's tank, it doesn't mean that we remove its high earning factor, radius factor.
So the
No,
credit
it will.
factor remains.
Sure.
Okay. So one more thing. We were talking about that some of the premium tanks may become collector tanks, and as we know, sometimes if tank is performing too well, or vice versa is performing too low, its performance is bad, we can alter its characteristics, change like stats to make it more fitted to the balance.
Yes.
So as we know, collector tanks can be changed. That doesn't mean we want to change them, but we will change them if it's needed. So
Right.
we're saying that some of the premium tanks, low-tier premium tanks, are becoming collector tanks. So does this mean that they will be changed, their characteristics?
It doesn't mean that they will be immediately changed, but eventually, if we see that it's 80% win rate or any stuff like that, or 20%, it needs to be buffed or nerfed.
Or nerfed, vice versa. Okay, so and
They're kind of like, say, for the enriched tanks, like yes, for tier 10. When we released 121B, this was the first
Tier
kind of like premium-ish, this yellow
enriched, yes.
enriched tank. So we wanted to have the opportunity to balance it in some way.
If you need.
If we need,
Just not because we want, just if we need.
right? But we don't actually use it a lot. We don't exploit this opportunity.
So let's put it this way. If I'm an experienced player, I have a lot of low-tier tanks. I like playing at low tiers, and I also have a lot of low-tier premium tanks. And some of them are turned into collectible tanks, and even some of the characteristics are changed. If I don't like it, so you change the tank that was, I don't know, bought for gold or etc. And I don't like this change. What can I do?
So that's a very good question.
Thank you.
Do you know the answer?
I bet you know the answer. But I do.
So some of the collectible tanks, a player will be able to sell it for gold.
That's a point, guys. That's a point.
Sell a tank for gold?
Yes,
Yes, it's
Really?
if it's a premium
Awesome.
tank.
Okay.
What do you think about it?
not a premium.
That's
It
right.
was a premium tank.
Oh yes,
Yes.
If it was a premium tank, and now it becomes collectible, you can sell it for gold.
It's very generous. Thank you for this feature.
actually, in a further updates, I don't know, in 2019, when we have more events, so you'll be able to get collector's tank in an event for free and then sell it for gold if you don't like it, or if you need a slot, or if you don't like the tank, or whatever reason, at least you can convert it to gold and not credits.
It's a kind of business.
Kinda. Credit farming.
Okay, guys, what do you think about selling tanks for gold? Why not, actually? What do you think? Post your answers in the comments.
Actually, we've got lots of comments in our chat. Like, is there gold for selling low tiers with lots of question marks? So yes, we can repeat that. If your low tier premium tank is converted to collectible tank and you don't like the change, you can sell it for gold. That's the point. Okay, so how are you doing?
I'm fine. Last battle
Why are you not playing?
was good. I'm playing. I'm just
can
having
see it.
some rest.
She's not
because
playing.
Last battle was like a bit hot for me.
Okay. What else? What else?
So another thing why we're doing that, because our current top priority things that we are focused on is matchmaker, because we want to have interesting battles. We don't want battles that last 1 minute with a 7-0 score.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
And one of the things that we can do is try to find this formula how you match people, what team composition you get. So in 5.4, in the video, it was shown how the matchmaker is changed this time. We also introduced some changes previously. So we've been playing with the server-side matchmaking thing in September and in August, making the game more fair. So the chance of getting a person with very low win rate, if your win rate is very high, is very small now.
Wow, that's
right.
That's big, I'd say.
And the thing that we're trying to do with the newbies that come to the game is when they teach tier 6 or 7, they should know how to use all the features of the game. And that's not about tutoring them, not about look here, do this, this is how it works. No, we're just we're letting them try stuff more, make more shots, drive more, use different types of ammo. Because right now when you do 3 shots in a battle, you won't learn anything. If you do 20,
there is a chance,
a
big chance you learn.
Yes,
things.
you understand the mechanics.
Okay.
That's one of the reasons which ruins matchmaker. When a person just gets there, and yes, he's very stubborn, he has time, he died a lot, his win rate is low, but he didn't get the point of any of concepts. That's what we are trying to fix.
Okay, we've got one more question about Halloween tanks. So the Aaron Hudson is asking, can we keep Halloween tanks at the end of the event, or do we treat them like T49 ATM? So will the tanks remain after the end of the event? What's the answer? I bet you know it.
Yeah, so they are more like Dracula and Helsing than the missile tanks. So yes, if you get it, it's yours.
Yeah, you keep it.
It's collectible. You collect it.
And actually, yes, one more interesting thing that you get those tanks, and actually, if you need gold, you can sell those Halloween tanks for gold if you need it.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do it either, but well.
Well, the event would be easier, and I think that everyone could get a tank. Why not?
I think they actually look awesome, those tanks.
Yes.
Okay, one more question. Are you going to add new tanks and new tech trees in the future? What can we say about it, Andrey?
So we just had a similar stream in Russian several minutes before, and we showed the trees, how the trees will look like after 5.5. Yes, there was a small leak about what we are doing. So I don't know. Can we show it now?
Yeah, sure. I think
let's just watch it. Why talking about it? Nice shot, by the way.
Thank you.
Actually, can we show our tablet now? Okay. So here we have some screenshots from the 5.5 update, and here is how our tech trees will look like. So, this is Great Britain tech tree. So it will look like this.
It will start with the Crusader now.
Yes, yes.
Cruiser.
Cruiser 2 is now tier 1. That's an interesting point.
Yeah, all the tier 1s will be gone.
And what happens with those tier 1 stats? Like if I have 500 battles on MS1, that is now gone, that is going away from the game, what happens to my stats? Will it remain?
So we are looking into this thing, how we want to treat it. It may cause some technical difficulties to keep it, but we'll try.
Okay, so now we're looking at China tree that starts from type B. Actually, not a lot changes since Chinese tech tree is not very big. Oh, France is more interesting, starting from R35. Can you see it?
Yeah, for France actually it's pretty cool that you can understand the difference between the medium tanks and the heavy tanks, starting from tier 3. And then you are playing like heavies and the TDs for some time.
Actually, the interesting thing that the only that those tanks, those French tanks without armor, are starting from only tier 5. So up to tier 5, you have like more armored tanks that help you survive
Oh yeah,
the battle.
like the low tier French tanks, they're badass now.
Oh yeah, Aleksandra. What do you think about these changes?
I think that our tech trees become more logical and easy to understand, easy to research even the tank.
Yes, exactly. So now we're looking at German tech tree, starting from PZ, okay, 2.
It's
Okay, Panzer 2,
yeah.
to say it right. And like this. And the last one is USA 3, looks like this, starting from M2 light up to M3 Stewart and whatever goes further.
Right.
So, okay, I think we're done here. Maybe you have more questions from the chat. I think you can turn to Aleksandra's laptop now.
Yeah. So one more bottle. Wish me good luck, guys.
I'm sorry, guys, but I heard one more bottle.
One more bottle.
Yes, sorry.
Bottle.
It's Friday, you know.
Yeah. Friday.
Okay. What else can we from the chat?
One more bottle.
One more bottle.
Looks good.
Okay.
Reporting bugs. Guys, if you have some bugs to report, the best way is to
Contact
send a
our
ticket.
support team.
Yes, send a ticket to our support team because actually we
We
can
can-
try to fix it now, but it will look strange.
It's
Sorry.
like, wait, we need to fix some issue.
Oh yeah.
We'll continue our stream in 30 minutes, yeah?
I think we can actually make a bug fixing stream.
Oh, it would be nice.
Get one of the engineers.
Do you want this stream? This kind of streams?
Yeah.
The guy is asking
6 hours.
using caps lock, so I think we need to answer.
Okay.
Another chance to get Dracula and Halcyon during the event.
A lot of question about
Yeah,
these
so
things.
can we answer, Aleksandra?
I don't know. Andrew, can you answer?
Yes, actually.
You will have a chance.
Yes, you will have a
Okay.
chance to get Dracula and Halcyon during the event, but we'll let you know the details later.
I also want Dracula. Can I
Why?
get Dracula?
Why?
It's funny. It's funny, interesting, unusual. Why not? I like something unusual in my garage.
Good.
Oh, a very good question. From Canola Husky. Husky, yeah.
Okay.
Everyone likes Huskies.
Yeah.
Do you guys plan on making more events that are like Mad Games? Like adding new features and game mechanics once into a new game mode? Like more Mad Games?
Right. So we actually like making new mechanics events. So the first one I think was the ATM event last year. So we had Ducks on April 1st. Ducks was fun.
Yeah,
so
it was
much fun.
Yeah.
Right. So this time the effort that we committed to this event was very significant. So we're looking forward as how you guys actually, what do you think about it, whether you like it or not. If yes, then sure, we'll continue doing the events, the gameplay events, not only the quest line things. And one of the reasons actually why we are doing that is that the mechanics that we are testing in the events can further be introduced to Vanilla Blitz, to Blitz. It's like when we had the ATM event, we've seen a lot of positive feedback on that. Yes, there were some issues, but overall, it was a lot of fun. So it is possible to introduce the whole line or a tank in the regular line, in the regular tree line. This is possible. The same with this event. I think we won't add any ducks to the tree line, at least yet.
Okay, one more question from chat.
Funny.
I just missed it. Sorry. The guy was asking if players will be able to play those Halloween tanks outside the event.
Yes,
Of course you will. So after the Met Games end, and even during the Met Games, you can play both Gravedigger and Marauder in any event, in any mode you want. So just keep on going.
Although their abilities, like the invisibility and these things, they will not go to the regular. It will just become a regular tank with no abilities. Go and play.
Yes.
Kill Dracula.
Those modifications are only for fun mode, that is Met Games event.
Yes.
Will the Met Games battle results be added to our player stats?
So no, we don't add game mode results to the generic stats.
Yes. So since it's a fun event and we don't want to play put too much pressure on players playing in fun event, so the stats is not taken in consideration. So still you can earn credits and experience in this mode. So it's very good.
So then, although, when you play your Gravedigger in a regular battle, yes, you will get stats.
Okay, I think we can... no more questions for now.
Maybe Twister Cup. I know that tomorrow we're going to have.
Can you tell us about it?
Final.
It's a qualifier finals.
Yes. And tomorrow we'll know who is going to visit Minsk, visit Belarus, and
who will fight for the prize pool that is actually $100,000.
Yes, it's so excited about it.
Did I spell it correctly? 100,000.
100,000, yeah.
My hands are shaking when I hear that number. So
I think everybody's hands are shaking when he hears such numbers.
By the way, guys,
5 zeros. Wow. I need that.
What's your favorite team? Post your answers in the comments in our live chat. It's very interesting. By the way, Tony, whom we are rooting for? What's your favorite team?
I can't say I'm rooting for a particular team. I'm rooting for
beautiful
great, good fight.
Okay.
Something like, what was that?
Okay, and you, Andrew?
What about you?
Yeah, I actually agree with Tony, because the last winners bracket final on CIS was pretty tense.
Yeah.
So looking forward to that kind of battles on both grand finals in Europe and in CIS tomorrow.
I think that would be very, very interesting and hot.
Yeah, actually, the team that I rooted for already left the tournament.
Unfortunately.
So
maybe next year?
Maybe next year.
Maybe next year?
Maybe. Why not?
Okay, I think we've got all topics covered.
Yeah.
And we can, somehow...
Andrey, I have one more question. What's in your cup? You just showed it before the beginning of our live stream, and it seems that something interesting in there.
Do you think we should really show it?
I don't think so.
We don't know. Maybe next stream?
I think guys won't understand, so let's keep it secret.
Maybe on our next live stream. That will be about event, about Halloween and Met Games. So something frightening.
If it gets 10,000 likes.
Let's get 10,000 likes and we'll show you something.
Make
that
it live,
is in the
guys.
cup. Deal? Okay, so we have discussed a lot of things. 5.4 update, Mad Games event, and also our plans for our future and 5.5 update, yes?
Yes.
Thank you, Andrei, for coming. Thank you for discussing. Thank you for answering a lot of good questions. Tony, thank you for being with me and thank me for playing. Okay, guys. Sorry if you didn't like these battles played by me, but really I did my best and I was worried to beat, so I'm sorry. And thank you for watching us. Thank you for being with us this evening. And see you next time.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Weekend.